Welcome to a world of timeless beauty, where vintage aesthetics meet the enchanting charm of an English garden. Imagine stepping into a backyard filled with lush greenery, delicate cottage flowers, and classic gardening techniques that transport you to an old-world retreat. These gardens are not just about plants, they embody a way of life that celebrates tranquility, nostalgia, and the beauty of nature. Today we'll explore the essence of vintage English gardens, sharing garden inspiration, floral landscaping ideas, and tips to bring that nostalgic beauty into your own backyard. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Time for Gardening for more enchanting garden inspiration. Your support helps grow this community of garden lovers. An English garden is defined by its balance of structured elegance and wild romantic charm. It is a perfect blend of carefully planned designs with the natural flow of plants allowed to flourish. Meandering pathways, overflowing flower beds, and vintage garden decor create a dreamlike landscape. The signature look includes charming borders, hidden alcoves, and an explosion of color and texture that feels effortlessly graceful. This classic gardening style prioritizes nature's beauty, blending vibrant cottage flowers with neatly clipped hedges, time-worn stonework, and rustic wooden fences. This style is not about rigid control, but about embracing nature's beauty while guiding its flow with thoughtful designs. Flowers are the heart of any romantic garden, and in an English garden, they play a starring role. Think of old-fashioned roses with their layered petals and intoxicating fragrance, delicate foxgloves standing tall like elegant sentinels, cheerful delphiniums swaying gently in the breeze, and fragrant lavender creating dreamy, scented borders. These cottage flowers create a soft, natural aesthetic, blending vibrant colors with gentle pastels to evoke an atmosphere of timeless beauty. Layering different heights and bloom times ensures a continuous parade of color throughout the seasons, while fragrant varieties bring a sensory delight that deepens the charm of your backyard oasis. While flowers add charm, lush greenery provides structure and depth. Boxwood hedges, climbing ivy, and delicate ferns create a rich, layered look that enhances the floral landscaping. Hedges define pathways in garden beds, while cascading ivy adds a touch of mystery and nostalgia, often seen wrapping around trellises, fences, and stone walls. Trellises draped with wisteria or climbing roses introduce a whimsical touch, while classic English topiaries bring elegance to the scene. Shrubs like hydrangeas, yews, and laurels provide year-round structure, ensuring the garden maintains its beauty even in winter. This combination of wild beauty and structured greenery is a signature of English garden design. One of the most delightful aspects of an English garden is the sense of discovery it fosters. Gravel or brick pathways lined with flowers invite you to wander through your backyard retreat, uncovering hidden nooks and cozy sitting areas. Unlike formal gardens with straight, rigid paths, English gardens favor soft curves that make the space feel endless. Curving walkways bordered with lavender or low hedges create a sense of mystery and old-world charm, making your garden feel larger and more inviting. The sound of footsteps crunching on gravel adds to the sensory pleasure of strolling through a vintage-inspired space. Nothing says vintage aesthetics like a beautiful garden arch draped in roses or honeysuckle. These architectural elements add height and romance to your garden, guiding the eye upward and framing picturesque views. Trellises adorned with climbing jasmine or morning glories create vertical interest, adding to the layered beauty of your floral landscaping. Arbors and pergolas not only provide shade and a sense of structure, but also serve as a stunning focal point when covered in cascading blossoms. Whether positioned at an entrance or as a standalone retreat within your garden, these features add an undeniable fairy tale charm. An English garden isn't complete without classic furniture and vintage garden decor. A wrought-iron bench beneath a blooming rose arbor or an antique birdbath nestled among flowers enhances the charm of the space. Weathered wooden benches tucked into shaded alcoves invite quiet moments of reflection. Add an old-fashioned sundial, weathered stone statues, or a distressed wooden table for an authentic, time-worn feel. Vintage lanterns, iron gates, and rustic watering cans further enhance the ambience. These thoughtful touches create a lived-in, romantic garden aesthetic that makes the space feel timeless and inviting. The gentle trickle of water adds a soothing element to your backyard gardening oasis. A vintage-style fountain, a small pond with floating lilies, or even a classic stone birdbath can transform your space into a peaceful retreat. Water features not only provide visual appeal but also attract birds and butterflies, adding to the lively, natural beauty of your garden. A pond edged with native plants can encourage biodiversity, while a small fountain provides the calming sound of moving water, perfect for enhancing relaxation in your vintage-inspired outdoor escape. To keep your garden looking enchanting throughout the year, plant flowers that bloom in different seasons. Early spring welcomes crocuses, daffodils, and tulips that burst through the soil, announcing the arrival of warmth. Summer is the grand spectacle of roses, peonies, and hollyhocks, creating a feast for the eyes. Autumn brings a second wave of color with asters, chrysanthemums, and golden-hued foliage. Even winter has its beauty, with evergreen topiaries, hellebores, and bare branches dusted in frost creating a hauntingly beautiful scene. By planning for continuous blooms, your garden will always offer something captivating to admire. For a truly old-world charm, consider incorporating a walled garden. Brick or stone walls not only create a cozy, enclosed feeling but also provide a warm microclimate for climbing roses, fruit trees, and espaliered plants. These traditional garden enclosures offer both beauty and functionality, reminiscent of historic English estates. Beyond aesthetics, walled gardens protect delicate plants from harsh winds and frosts, making them ideal for year-round gardening. Hidden doors and vintage wooden gates add a touch of mystery, inviting visitors to step into a secret sanctuary. An English garden embraces a natural, overflowing look achieved through layered planting. This technique creates depth, movement, and harmony within the garden. Start with taller plants such as hollyhocks, foxgloves, and delphiniums at the back of garden beds to provide height and drama. Mid-height plants like peonies, daisies, and salvias add volume and texture, while low-growing varieties like creeping thyme, violas, and forget-me-nots soften the edges. This tiered arrangement allows each plant to shine while creating a lush, tapestry-like effect that feels organic yet intentional. Thoughtful spacing ensures plants have room to grow while still appearing delightfully abundant. Incorporating vintage containers is a wonderful way to bring old-world charm to your garden, especially if you have limited space. Terracotta pots with a weathered patina, aged wooden crates, and repurposed metal watering cans add a nostalgic touch. Stone urns overflowing with trailing ivy or geraniums bring classic elegance, while galvanized tubs or enamelware pots filled with herbs or wildflowers introduce a rustic cottage feel. Consider using antique teapots or barrels as quirky yet charming plant holders. These vintage containers create layers of interest and allow for easy rearrangement to suit the changing seasons. A true English garden is not just a feast for the eyes. It is an immersive experience that delights the senses. Fragrant flowers like lavender, jasmine, lilac, and sweet peas fill the air with their enchanting perfume, making a simple walk through the garden feel like stepping into a storybook. Herbs like rosemary, thyme, and mint add depth to the sensory experience, releasing their natural oils when brushed against. Position scented plants along pathways, near seating areas, and around entrances to create an ever-present, subtle fragrance. The combination of floral aromas and earthy, herbal notes enhances the magic of your outdoor retreat. A truly vintage-inspired garden is a sanctuary not just for people, but also for birds, bees, butterflies, and other beneficial creatures. Plant nectar-rich flowers such as foxgloves, echinacea, and lavender to attract pollinators. Provide birdhouses, butterfly shelters, and small log piles to encourage wildlife to make a home in your garden. A shallow water feature or a stone birdbath offers a refreshing oasis for visiting creatures. Avoid using chemical pesticides and instead embrace natural pest control solutions like companion planting. Encouraging biodiversity enhances the health of your garden while adding to its vibrant, natural beauty. There is something undeniably magical about a hidden corner tucked away in an English garden. A secret garden space adds mystery and romance, inviting visitors to discover quiet nooks where they can pause and reflect. A secluded bench under a blooming tree, a shaded pergola wrapped in vines, or a cozy reading spot behind a hedge enhances the intimacy of your garden. These quiet hideaways create a sense of wonder, allowing the garden to feel like a living fairy tale. Adding an arched trellis covered in climbing roses or a charming wooden gate leading to a hidden path heightens the sense of enchantment. Keeping an English garden true to its vintage aesthetic requires a balance between maintenance and allowing nature to take its course. Opt for natural materials like weathered wood, aged stone, and wrought iron when selecting garden elements. Use heirloom plant varieties that have been loved for generations, ensuring authenticity in your floral choices. Embrace imperfections. Moss-covered statues, slightly overgrown hedges, and time-worn pots add to the charm rather than detract from it. Instead of modern landscaping techniques, rely on traditional methods such as hand pruning, natural mulching, and organic composting to maintain a soft, romantic feel. One of the most rewarding aspects of an English garden is its sustainability. Traditional gardening methods such as composting, companion planting, and natural fertilizers have been used for centuries to maintain healthy, thriving plants. Rotating crops, growing native species, and using organic mulch reduce the need for chemical treatments. Rainwater collection in classic stone basins or repurposed barrels keeps plants hydrated while reducing water waste. Companion planting, pairing flowers and herbs that support each other's growth, adds both beauty and function. These time-tested techniques not only preserve the authenticity of classic gardening, but also contribute to a healthier planet. An English garden takes on a whole new level of enchantment when the sun sets and the moon rises. The soft glow of moonlight highlights the silvery hues of plants like lamb's ear, dusty miller, and white roses, creating a serene and ethereal atmosphere. To enhance the nighttime charm, consider adding subtle lighting elements such as vintage lanterns, string lights woven through trellises, or candlelit pathways. White and pale-colored flowers, known as moon garden plants, reflect light beautifully at night, making your garden glow softly in the darkness. Enjoying a warm summer evening surrounded by fragrant blooms under a canopy of twinkling lights makes for a truly magical experience. No matter the size of your outdoor space, you can bring the essence of an English garden into your home. If you have a large backyard, consider creating winding pathways, cottage-style flower borders, and a cozy seating area surrounded by climbing roses. For smaller gardens, use potted plants, vertical trellises, and vintage containers to achieve the same lush effect. Even a balcony or patio can be transformed with a small wrought-iron bistro set, hanging baskets filled with trailing flowers, and an assortment of fragrant herbs. The key is to embrace timeless design elements, soft color palettes, and nature's whimsical beauty to create a space that feels like a dreamy old-world retreat. Thank you for stepping into this dreamy English garden with me. I hope this video has inspired you to create your own lush, vintage retreat filled with timeless beauty. Gardening is more than just planting flowers. It's about cultivating peace, romance, and a personal haven that nurtures the soul. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to Time for Gardening for more enchanting garden inspiration. Your engagement means the world to this growing community. See you in the next video and happy gardening!